Speaking of iPhones, how do you talk to your kids about social media and smartphones? While most major platforms require users to be at least 13 years old, many experts suggest waiting even longer. Here to discuss is Bruce Figuered, psychologist and president of Jackson House. Thanks for being here, Bruce.
Oh, thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
This is really a riveting topic. I think it's one on everyone's minds, whether you have kids or not. You've probably thought about what your future might be with guiding your kids through something like this. So what's kind of your best advice as far as smartphones and the age that kids should have them?
Yeah, so I'm a father of four, and so I have 4 boys from ages 19 all the way down to 5 years old, and so it's a topic that's obviously come up in our family. So we don't allow phones, or we don't allow any social media on the phone for our younger kids. So we have a 11-year-old, and there's no social media, and so it's really kind of incumbent upon parents to monitor, their cell phone activity, especially their social media activity, and in my opinion, not allow it until they're older. And one of the reasons for that is because a child's brain is not fully developed, and depending upon what they're exposed to on social media, it can have, really detrimental effects.
Yeah, we were talking about how some of these apps, require you to be about 13, but you're recommending waiting much longer than that.
Yeah.
What are some of the kind of negative effects you see by someone using the phone at 13 or too young?
Yeah, I mean, there's cyberbullying, where people, are overtly bullying other kids through social media platforms. There's oftentimes there's rapid reels or videos that are streamed through the device, and they occur like every 5-10 seconds. It's boom, 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 and what that does is it creates an inability to stay focused, an inability to pay attention to things in a sustained sort of fashion. And when the brain is not fully developed, which doesn't really happen until you become a young adult, that has been shown to be associated with depression, associated with anxiety, associated with sleep disturbance, and also associated with ADHD. And interestingly, kids who have attention and focus problems are actually more drawn to it. So it can create a really dangerous cycle.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, how do you recommend parents have this conversation? Because parents, as I'm sure you know, with 4 kids of your own, you hate to be the enemy, and you kind of are throughout their life, if you're the bearer of bad news. But as you're explaining to them why they can't or shouldn't have the apps too young, or you're holding off on the phone, what do you find is the best approach for parents to hopefully have kids, be on board with them?
My wife and I are just very direct with them. I mean, it's destructive, and I can show you the evidence to show that it's destructive. I mean, there was a study done by Iowa State University showing that if you limit screen time for adults to 30 minutes a day, it has significant impacts on lowering depression, lowering anxiety, and lowering loneliness. The converse is also true too, where increased screen time has been associated with all those kinds of things.
Right, and then for once kids are of the age to have those apps or those phones, do you have any final advice for parents on how to manage those privileges, make sure that they stay, within bounds? Maybe just like you said, the 30-minute limit or whatever it may be.
Yeah, limits on it, making sure that they're engaged in real life activities. Social media presents you with a snapshot of their highlight reels, and it's not really based in reality. And so making sure that your kids stay engaged, they stay connected with kids and real world activities, whatever those things are, is, in my opinion, one of the most important things.
And have you found these conversations to be kind of more important than ever in today's society with everything we're seeing?
Oh, for sure. Yeah, I mean, the rise in social media has been sort of gradual, and it's really kind of reached a peak, I think, and it also coincided with COVID. And so you have these two things kind of happen together, where kids were were not allowed to go to school, they were at home, and there was more screen time happening at the same time. And so again, just kind of a double effect that was not a healthy one.
But you have to reach that balance somehow, and these are really great conversations to have. So Bruce, thanks for sharing your expertise with us.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me.
Really appreciate your time.